All right. Welcome back. This is Dynasty, the podcast show. I am your host, Ira Bush. I just want to say, first and foremost, man, thank you. I appreciate everybody listening and tuning in. I started this podcast. I say I'm gonna just give a quick story because I missed a few days. I had to get some stuff situated, far as me coaching this year. I ended up going. Now still got basketball. I got 2 more weeks left of basketball. We down. We lost last week. I was late to the game. I was mad about that, but it's not a big deal. I made it before by half. It was a misunderstanding with the schedule as far as on my end, so I just got a little mixed up. But what I will say is, the more I'm consistent and getting back on my regular routine that I started when I was 18 years old, as far as being out in the community, being early on to practice, spending extra time after practice, making sure the players that I coach are well aware and equipped to do the job on the field or on the court, or softball, whatever assignment that I'm doing right there as a coach. I'm always on time and I'm always usually prepared. I'm not a perfect coach, far as I have days where I'm tired, or I have personal, I might have a personal issue or something, but it's never going to interfere with what I actually do. It's really motivated. It motivates me to go harder to get in a certain position. Now, it's weird that I took they definitely, I'm definitely one of those people that they stopped the United States for. If not me, somebody in my family, is a big piece to why things stop. I'm not saying I'm the only one. I just know that I'm a big part of it. So I'm just first and foremost, I'm gonna say that. Now I don't mind, I wasn't aware of certain things, but I'm aware of them now. I still have to figure out as I go. And they try to keep my family out of the loop of stuff, but they put us in it. We've been involved since I don't, a very long time. Like I said, if you watch my shows, I speak a lot about myself and personal, what went on in the bigger picture. So I try to use myself as an example. Now that I'm back coaching, it's an issue. People feel intimidated. People feel like I'm doing this because I want attention or something. That's the energy I get in the outside world. I didn't get this energy when I first started, when I was doing it strictly off, just my drive and will to have fun and be successful at it. Now that now that I'm experienced, now that I have real leverage to get funds, or to get in position to get funds, because I had a few opportunities, but I'm not going to sell my whole family out for those opportunities. That's never going to happen. That was the confusion right there. People thought I was going to sell my people, my direct family out for a team that I created, or the team that I was a part of. That's not going to never happen. Now, it might take me a little longer, but I'm here to tell people, in a public manner, in a very nice way, that I will appreciate you to leave me out of your downfall or your pits of hell that you live in. Just disassociate yourself from me. I don't have to be a part of that. And I'm always a listen. The fact that I can see that y'all attacking like real family members that I love and care about, and it's not stopped. It's like, what is y'all forcing my hand to get from being coached, being mentored, to being a uplifter, to being a positive person in this world, to being to subjugate myself to y'all level of evilness. So I don't, people might think, I actually have a child that is caught in the middle of this. My daughter is caught in the middle of this hoax, this I don't know how to explain it, because like I tell you, it's merit and honor behind my family. I don't care what, we try our best to be nice to people. So that don't mean we weak. We just outnumbered. You get what I'm saying, when it comes to having a genuine spirit of real gratitude, real respect to humane. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying my best to be nice about, like, I can't if I talk, I don't know how to tell people in a nice way that you're not worth my time, or you're not worth me putting my, it's already sailed the ship. Like, I'm not gonna go against my sisters, I'm not going against my mother, I'm not going against no mother in the family. All my relatives have children, so that's like, it's like that energy of hate it's gotten to that point. You know what I'm saying? I'm outnumbered because it's me and my male cousins against, we gotta really look after our we gotta look at first, we gotta look at our children that we created. Then we gotta make sure our mothers is straight. Then we gotta make sure our sisters are good. And it's like, then these hating ass, demonic ass men that ain't never been taught or trained to be respectful want you to want to test your chi, your inner. But we not on that type of time with y'all. We don't even care. There's so many females out here. Y'all want to attack our women in my family. You know what I'm saying? That's the I don't. It's not comprehending well to me. Like, I've never been. It's like I'm still having a hard time comprehending it. It's like I can really be evil, but I'm not. I'm not. It's I don't want to. I don't want to be in prison. That's not cool to me. I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go that route. But that's like then I start talking about me having a knowledge and understand that I'm in the United States of America. That means that the people who signed me up. First, I tell my story all the time. I have a woman that signed me up, went down to the courthouse, made it seem like I was the worst father in the world. My daughter was 2 years old, put me on back pay. I'm talking, my family came down, dropped so much money to this, far as having my child prepared for success. My family looked down on both sides, you know what I'm saying, in big ways, so I was lost with this person even putting me behind pay and making these people text me before I get something. And I'm not even living in that county. I lived in that county for half a year with just because my mom moved to South Florida. Like, I'm looking at it like, and then I talk about my experience with it. She got the courthouse, the sheriffs involved, well, the counterpart of the fake sheriffs involved. Then she went down, messed up my name in the school board, all kind of craziness, just for her. I don't know. She wanted to. Then she attacked. She claimed. I could talk about this person in the. My child 11. She put my child in harm's way by doing this. Cause then when you attack my name, when if you don't know me from birth, you don't know what my family had planned for me or the men in the family. So when you put your smeared dirt, lying, deceitfulness, energy on me, they looking at me sideways. And I'm not gonna go, I'm not gonna put my hands on you, but you definitely gonna get the correct spelling on your name. You know what I'm saying? So that person is told that message all the way around for 5, 6, 7. She probably still got it. And she, put me on paperwork. I'm like, bro, I'm like in the middle. I'm like I'm 5 years in. I'm like, why would I stop this just to make you feel like, and then I'm looking at it, it's still round the aroma of hate is still coming from that person. If I can make that make sense. Her whole family is aroma of hate and negative, and I don't want to be associated with her, but she is like holding my child hostage over there. Like just because I have real spirit in me and I don't need nothing, no substance to make me high energy or to make me aware or make me very intelligent, that doesn't make me you can't just because you don't have the confidence that I have, that don't make you, because you only get confident before me mentioning this. And then okay, fast forward it into the present. Okay, I've been going to the school board. I had a school board meeting in Broward County today. The superintendent meeting. These people talking about nothing. Like, literally, they talking about nothing. They just grouped up because they already been down there. This is my name. My name is in the school board. like trying my life, kind of like trying me. Like I ain't really got there and stump them. Like I wasn't really out there coaching for real. Like I didn't help people go to college. I'm talking about really help people go to college. Like I'm lost in that whole that whole. I'm talking about really gave people tools to showcase their abilities. I'm talking about perform. They went to the highest level of prep. And I'm like, dang, y'all really think I didn't put no time in? And then I put time in when y'all do it. COVID, I was teaching my child. You know, I'm on the phone with the teacher and all. I'm like, this is documented, but they acting real like they not comprehending that I'm me. You know what I'm saying? They're not comprehending it. And they tested me over and over. I done called down to the and I don't have no this is a personal thing. This is my show. So if you don't like what I'm saying, you don't have to listen. But this is real life. That's why I had to take a step back because I could go as big as possible. And it still might be pretty big. I still, the big part haven't even dropped. I'm still contemplating how I'm gonna go up there and really showcase these ignorant people that don't win and smear my name up there. You know what I'm saying? But it's like it is what it is. They don't have the comprehension that you got a bachelor's degree or master's degree or whatever degree you got. Social, I don't care what degree you got. I checked out at 10 years old, 5 years old, every test. I tested out. I don't need to. I'm gonna get my little certificate, recertified, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Everything I ever done had one take. One take. It never been is 85 or higher, you know what I'm saying? One take. These people have literally spent my life, I can remember at 6 years old being in first grade. These people literally swipe my memory, like made me have blurry like vision and swipe my memory. Like in sixth grade, they really forced me to drink milk. And these people been working on, with food, with these demonic people and teachers and principals. You know what I'm saying? This is stuff I paid attention to before my mom even said something to me about how the education system is, but you got all in it. You think I ain't finna go grab all mine? And they think I'm not finna dish you because you're not more powerful than me. You need my energy just to feel powerful. So I already understand this. And I know I'm gonna still get attacked. It's okay because I'm not, like I said, I'm operating at a level of gaining into. You see what I'm doing? This is not this form that I'm in, even though I'm not weak in physical, I'm not weak. You know what I'm saying? I'm not operating at my strongest physical ability. That's not, but I walk all the day, all the time. I play basketball often. Like I'm not like full speed with it, but yeah, it's not even that. I'm not that far off, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like I don't know how to like combat the dummies that they gave money to. They don't have the vision. They don't have the real vision. They want to compete and don't really have a vision. You can't even compete with me. I didn't sell out for it. You know what I'm saying? People know me for just doing it. Like I'm known for doing it, going in, you know what I'm saying? Just the know. And then I'm definitely not when it comes, I always like I'll laugh when it's tough, you know what I'm saying? It's not that deep. I'm not no female. So, I didn't look at it like that. I'm not never going that route with it. So, and like I said, I come from a very, I don't know how to explain. I don't know if it's because we still in Florida, but it's still an issue about that. Like, and so that's how I look at it. And so what? We didn't cut no corners really. We didn't really cut no corners. And jealousy and hate and enviness, it reeks of it. Like it's still ongoing. Like I don't need people like I lost the energy to really go in and like try to befriend people or even try to make amends. I don't know what amends is. I feel like I had a lot of hate for a long time, but I don't get mad about that type of stuff. I don't. I really don't. Once I had a child, I really the energy level of people talking down on me is like negative zero, negative. It's in the negatives. So and then I already did so much. I had fun being who I was. I don't have to be like nobody else. Um I'm gonna tell another story about, I'm on Facebook. I don't know if I mentioned this. It's a pop-up of chat. These people popping up on my chat, they're not even my friends on Facebook. I'm like, where did this come from? When they started this? So I'm talking, it's this female, I'm not even, I only hung with this person when I was a young adult, because I was my first year in college. I was like 18. This person was like 16. I'm gonna talk about it because this person needs the clout. This person needs attention. This person needs, I don't know what she needs. She needs to find somebody else to monitor, to whoever she got hanging with or she's grouped up with who hacked her account. She need to figure it out. I don't want to be associated with nobody like that because, and I'm gonna speak on some other people. I'm gonna diss them too because I don't want them. They got parents that didn't think that I don't know who hacking my phones. You know what I'm saying? Like they weird. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I really gonna be on some. Y'all, I'm a grown adult, so I can't really. I'm not. These people are imaginary, basically. These people doing stuff on the internet. These people doing stuff way over here in the little corner. They gotta do something every day. They got all these family members that think I'm the negative person, and these people are known negative, evil people. So I'm gonna continue the story. Okay, I'm hung with these people, and I could diss these sellouts too, but I'm gonna leave the black side alone. They know what they is, sellouts. They done sold out so long. They think they in the good. You know what I'm talking about? Like, and I ain't never. I'm talking about never. You could check the stats on my elementary. Every teacher, every student checked off the list. You can't. You ain't get who I was worse. I was the worst in elementary. I look at you. You know what I'm thinking about you. And it ain't about me even dissing you. It's I know the history of y'all got this position because you hung niggas, you put their ass up there, you was picnicking, you was Thanksgiving this, feeding this on, you know what I'm saying? Like this is what it's made of. I knew this as elementary. So I don't get why people want me to be associated with that. Like I've been let y'all slide, let y'all live, let y'all believe that y'all high and mighty, but you're not. But it's time for me as a full grown adult to let you know that I don't care about your made up history. This is the history of what it's gonna really be. This is facts. This is like, profitable things that's gonna happen. Like, I'm here, but my child even greater. You know what I'm talking about? So and my nieces and nephews are too. So, I'm not really, you really know what you have to do to stop somebody like you stop me somebody like me. It's gonna be detrimental to everybody. So, it's not gonna be detrimental because I say it's not gonna be detrimental. That's what type of strength I speak with. Your strength in speaking with, I don't even know what it is. It doesn't have no real ending to it. So this you see how if I make it personal, I could speak all day about real life. People don't even want to sit with you because they can't speak like that. They can't even comprehend what you're talking about. And I ain't even saying no hardcore words today or knowing you gotta look up. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm really lost with the concept of people being jealous. I'm using this is free to come in and do this. Nobody doing it. Then I'm in a neighborhood full of dummies, and I ain't dissing the people. I'm just saying like they behind time of they still want to they still want to do picnics and Thanksgivings. They on that type of time, in a different way, but they on that type of time. The police running around mad. I got a ticket talking about I was going 51 and 35. I'm gonna beat that. That's made up. I'm already at the stop. Like how you gonna tell? I've been stopped going. I've been off the main road. You know what I'm saying? I'm like. I catch that road every time I leave my mama's house. That's like that didn't make no sense. But I don't know, man. I'll be laughing about it. Let me continue the story though, because this person need the clout. Like I said, they need the attention. They want to be in the in crowd, but they don't like black people. This don't make sense at all. They claim they have good black friends, and then they want me to hang with them. And then the 2 weeks they was blowing after I hung with them for spring break. This is how they did the clout chase thing. Because I was in college, they still went to my old high school, but I didn't do nothing with them. I hung out. We did, she had a boat, a little intercoastal, out there, and we went and hung out. I didn't see nothing of it. Okay, but this is how thought they was friends. I'm like, this person, we hung out. I wasn't even there. I wasn't talking to this person. What my teammate. I ain't even gonna call. I don't know what he is because You know, people do weird stuff just to be, like I said, they need the attention. They need to be attached to what I'm in. So I ain't dissing nobody in the black caucus or black culture or whatever. They might not even be that no more because they sell out. But I never had the problem when I'm attached. These people being attached to me has, what's the word? What we use today? What's the word? Obstructed me. They stopped me. They imposed, impeded on my progression in life. Being attached to me since I've been these people all talking about the ex-girlfriends. I'm talking about it got bad. I'm talking about I'm in my 30s. Like, you can clearly tell you I'm not stunning you that much. Like, and then, you know, that don't mean I'm against these people. It's like I'm confused. Like the world didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't even, I was already coaching. That was a break. I was on spring break. And then this person blew up my phone 2-3 weeks later. I still was like, you know, I was texting back, but that wasn't no, it's like what you want. Like, you know, when you thinking like at that age, like this person really like didn't make sense. So, you know, long story short, I could almost guarantee this person has harassed my family members on my mom and dad's side. This person done turned into a whole, I don't know what this thing is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really dissing this person in broad day because this person has not came forward to even speak to me directly. And I'm telling you, leave my family alone because I can in your life. You are not a saint. And then the people you hung with, they clearly are delusional about being black in America. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really think the white people gonna come save them, and they ain't taking their family members out. They really think that they ain't targets too. They really think that I ain't really coached some of these players that got black faces that really ain't happy about this stuff. You really think I ain't go in as a coach? You really think I didn't go in as a mentor? You really think I wasn't doing my job? You really think that you interviewed me and you really don't think I've been doing that? That's crazy. Don't never mention me. Don't say you're protecting nothing over here. You don't need to be associated with my name at all. None of you. Both of you. And this is real life. I'm aggravated because I don't need your help. I don't need your help. I have my own plans. It didn't have nothing to do with coaching. It had nothing to do with none. This is something I do because I love it. This is something that is my blood. This is something because I'm a man. This is something that I have to do. Raise my village, raise the people around me to be young men. This is what I have to do if you want to be considered a great man. I don't got the other, you know, I don't have fun, I don't hung out, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Cracked my teeth after I fell over one time, you know what I'm saying? Went right to practice the next day. I did my first one when I worked out, but you know what I'm saying? It ain't never been nothing to stop me from my job, my career. Now making money, they done did so much to stop me from making money. It's unbelievably crazy to me. Then I'm gonna just tell y'all a story about, you know, when I was dating this person. These are the same people that call this back and forth because the other men that ain't even related to me hopping in trying to hit on the person I'm talking to and dating. This is the retardedest junk I ever seen in my life. And I'm being personal today. This is why I had to stop, because they still got their little behind the scene ways of hating. I cannot, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm in a good spirit just to let y'all know what it really is. Like, I'm not bad. I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I'm not down and out. My life isn't over. I didn't make the wrong steps. Definitely no time soon. Like, I'm talking about who I've been I don't checked in. I don't slept outside in my home city. You know what I'm saying? People done did too much to even, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about, and then you know, that's just the little females. That's some old me being on TV, me being on YouTube. They'll get over it. I'm definitely over it. I'm not. I really. This is okay. Let's put it. I'm in it like this. That was not a diss. That was my offer for anybody that's, don't mention me. I'm talking about men and females. Don't mention me. Don't think about me. If you can't give the balls to inbox me, write on my YouTube comments, or I don't know what to tell you. I ain't moved the muscle. I ain't really moved out the way. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here trying to work at a school. I got people making up stuff. Why? Who are you listening to? Who are you getting your intel from? That makes no sense to me. Like it doesn't. I'm not gonna. I'm not harming nobody being a coach. I'm not harming nobody being me. And I'm more aggravated because it's been a whole summer where my child go back to school in 3 weeks. I gotta deal with a dummy who drives a car and can drive on Dixie Highway, straight line, US 1, and drop my child off to see her grandma, her cousins, me anytime. If she don't want to catch the 95, she know where I'm at. Both places. Without putting it in direct TPS. I don't know what she wants. That's the stuff agitating me every day. Me and my child grew up. She grew up going to the park, being in summer camp when she with me every weekend or during the summer. This is something that I train. She need to be trained and exercising at this age. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully she is doing that. So it's just like that aggravates me more than anything. The park's free. The library free. I take her to the library all the time. Make sure she knows it's important to be intellectually intelligent, and then definitely make sure you're in shape. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk, man. I can't even. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying. I would win Father of the Year if I was around my child 24 hours, 7 days a week. I would never be a bad father to my child. This person chose to be dummy and being, I don't know what negative popularity. I don't know what she thinks she got over there. I don't know. Who said I was, who said I wasn't me? I didn't get what this person was on. So, moving along. Now, before I move on for talking about some personal stuff. Okay. Now this is where it get real interesting. Now, like I tell y'all, man, I'm gonna just start like this. From age my mom and dad were together from my age, I'll say from age, I'm talking why I existed like as a child. From age 0 when I was born to age, when did my dad and mom, I always talk about this. They lived together from age 0 to 7. I think one little half period when my mom moved from it was probably half a year they wasn't living together, but that was because my mom wanted to move by closer to my grandmother, her mother. That's all that happened. But it actually, made my dad separate from but it wasn't a far distance. It wasn't, the older I got, it wasn't a big deal. It just my family involved in something way higher than people would even imagine. You know what I'm saying? So when that happened, it wasn't straight line for my dad. It was more a line for my mom. That's all it looked like. It didn't work out. So they separated when I was 7. My sister was young, the youngest. She was only 3, but that was the final like real separation. So long story short, but I spoke to my dad all the time. Went over there over the weekend. Like it wasn't like I don't feel separated from my dad's side. I might not be treated like all the men over there, but I definitely made sure I didn't come weak, dirty. I listened. I paid attention. I was around my grandmother. We laughed all the time. She spoke to me all the time. Like this is, what I'm saying, my dad's mom. You know what I'm saying? We were very close. So, then my boy cousin, we played football all day, played the game all day. You know what I'm saying? This is like normal. Like I didn't, I didn't feel apart. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't both sides. I was good. So I went to my grandfather's big family reunion every year from age 0 to like, I don't know what it was, 9. The last one everybody went, it was like 9, 8. It was, like 10 years in a row almost. Then I went a couple more times, but just me and my little sister. So this confusion, it ain't no more confusion. It shouldn't be no more confusion. I don't want nobody attached to me that ain't really on. If you ain't on either one of them, I really don't want no more attachment. If you ain't a part of Elite Youth Association, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? You know who that is. I spoke about this all the time already. So other than that, the parents, you got to figure out, you better hope your sons or your daughter, you really tied in with them if you ain't my family. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I ain't really trying to claim nothing. Like, I really went outside. I really did that. So, no, what I was trying to say, okay, I was just, it made me aggravated because I don't really want to address nothing, but I have issue with how they put the politics of things are. I discuss, okay, that's what I say. Okay, well, all right. Me and my cousins, me and my on my mom's side, I got it was really four of us. My cousin Jamel, he passed away. Him and him and my other two cousins, they are related both sides. Their dads was related. The neighborhood we stayed in, they all knew each other somehow, some way. Cool. My mom picked a different city and different county, basically, that they was born in and raised in. Cool. But that didn't stop me from going to play sports with my cousins in this area. And I did 1 year in the city that I was born in. So, and that's basically relative to my cousin. You know what I'm saying? We tied. I'm good. I don't fear being in that area. I'm not tied with all the youngest that's under me, but that does not harper me from being. That don't make me feel unapart. And I'm not trying to be a part. Whatever you create is what you create. You can't tell me I can't come to my city and hang out at the pier or downtown. The stuff that I did when I was little, go to my old neighborhood. This is where it comes down to. Okay, boom. I stayed in a neighborhood where my grandmother and my mother stayed in. Now, my mom had a real friend. Well, they was for definitely her real friends at the time. We all were around the same age. People around the corner here. My grandmother, all my other, all the grandkids was there all the time. We had everything we need in the house. PlayStation, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, every game board, every toy, every clubhouse you can name, we had it. And between my house and my grandma's house, every movie, we did not need nothing from nobody. People were jealous of us because we weren't even really spoiled. We really were down to earth people. My grandmother and my mother were really like lunch to bedtime, 10 o'clock. Well, we didn't have bedtime. We had to be laying down because, you start forcing people to go to sleep and all that extra stuff. Then you'd be like, why are they doing it? We all, we all get good grades. We get up on time. We had the flies gear. We ain't had we weren't bums. You get what I'm saying? And we stayed in an apartment at this time. So we didn't have exactly what we wanted, but we was taken care of. We hung out. We went to every family event in Pasco and Pinellas that we had. You get what I'm saying? And my mom had other people, other counties as well. So we didn't miss nothing. Every Easter, every Christmas, we was all doing all that. But long story short, like I said, his relatives, like we was close. Me and my cousin 1 year apart, and his little brother, right? Him and my sister 1 year apart. So we was all tight. And hey, my other sister, my older sister, and we was all good. We was tight. We was tight, and it wasn't no real, like, I didn't feel, it was love in my grandma's house, both. So it wasn't like I didn't feel nothing really. Like what my mom and dad had was what they had. We had grandmothers. We was definitely in a village type of setting, So we and like in the it was really a condominium what we stayed in. We had three pools. We had one right behind my grandma's house, one on the side, one in the other way. So the place was not bad, you know what I'm saying? Then our school was straight down. So long story short, over time, I'll go play Little League. I didn't, I played when we left that area, we moved to my own, like I would call it a neighborhood, This was not around my cousin's family and stuff like that, who they tied into as family. This was just like my friends, probably some of my relatives stayed around me as well. What it looked like, it wasn't no weirdo stuff. It was just how it's designed. We come from a very strong family, so they all family come here, family over there, very close friends that are it wasn't nothing bad. So, and it was a little bit of my cousin's relatives around as well, so it wasn't nothing like that. But these people became my friends. You get what I'm saying? So I was running with them, going to the park every day, playing outside in the front. We built the basketball goal. His father built the basketball goal. All this stuff happened naturally. It wasn't nothing. We was literally just fun competition, enjoying our days as youth and adolescents and young adults, basically, because they was a few years older. But it was, and I made decent grades in elementary. I passed FCAT, all this stuff. It wasn't that many bad days. You know what I'm saying? You don't have perfect days every day, but over time, the issue with this is like I will pick who I attach to. It was not, what I'm saying, you could be standing around me, but I did not hang with everybody. You get if that makes sense to you. So, what everybody know, it was, it was solid. It was, it wasn't even a small, really a group where by the time I got to 10, 11, we had like 10 bikes in the front yard. So it was definitely that lit. And we definitely was on some, it was fun though. It wasn't no, I'm speaking on some real stuff. Like people can't hate on that. That was like real childhood. Like, it's people still go knock on doors and ride bikes with their friends. That's what we was on. We go to the neighborhood, play football, every now and again. Go to another basketball court every now and again. But they ain't, nobody wanted to come down. You come there, it's an automatic loss. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't nobody taking no L's coming on that street or that park we was at. So especially if you're not from around, you definitely was like you in the middle of it. Like, and it was just competition. It was fun. I ended up leaving at right on time. As far as it wasn't that deep. You know what I'm saying? I had fun. By the time I was leaving, I was going to St. Pete with the big kids. I'm commentating basically, just watching the game because I couldn't even play with them. I was that young, but I was a part of everything when it came to my part. You know what I'm saying? I didn't remember not being a part of nothing. You know what I'm saying? Then when my competition, my age group, we went to. I feel like it was more that we went and did competition this way and that way when I got a little older. But we went to another park, YMCA. We dominated. We went and did the water games. We did all that. They didn't even want to compete really. We was coming to beat everybody. So, and I remember it like it was yesterday. So it was fun, man. And that's why I can't say I could claim something, but I could say I had real friends then, and that because it wasn't even that many. Like it wasn't like everybody was good. Everybody, crack jokes and laugh, and we whoever win that day, they won that day. The next day is the next day. That's how it was, And we had everything we needed, all the resources that we needed. It wasn't nothing big deal. Now, fast forward, we moved from that side of the Florida to this side of Florida. Now, I can't tell you, I got in trouble so many times at the school. Once I got to elementary, it had nothing to do with people in my neighborhood for real. You know what I'm saying? It had nothing to do with me for real, really, or my little sister. You know what I'm saying? So over time, people who created these massive things don't really remember creating these things. What they ain't gonna do is test my strength. They ain't never gonna test me head on. And what I was saying is, no, I'm not going against family because they other family members is jealous of me or don't like me or want to have a position in the world that I'm gonna have or have. I don't even know what they calling it now. That's never gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I make sure they know what it is. They definitely know I'm a swing bottom. Like it's never an issue. It's never. I don't. The confusion is like they sat next to me since I was. We was born. You know what I'm saying? Like like I don't want them to feel that way. And everybody, my mom made sure everybody would know it wasn't no jealousy or hate coming out of me when I would come to hang with y'all. I'm the only son. What you think I'm gonna be? I'm trying to hang out. I'm trying to have fun with y'all. Like I don't, know what it is. So that's all it was. I just want to get that off my chest because, like, the older I get, the more I actually want to reconnect with real people that I like. That I was hanging with. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. There's no more new friends. There's no more. Y'all know how they pick. They know how the kind of styles they picked already. They putting it on display. They know what it is with me. I ain't finna sign. I'm not selling out. I'm not. I talked about why I'm not selling out. I ain't waiting around for you. I ain't trying to be hanging with you. All that little stuff. Let me tell you, before I end it, that's how I came up. Now let's get fast forward to the real issue. I'm not dissing no Spanish people, but I know they got a lot of parts in it. It's different Spanish countries, different, however they want to go. I'm not against really, if it's a good white European Caucasian person out there, cool. I'm not blind to see spirit of like and dislike, but the way you were taught, I don't care how low and poor you was, your your last three generations were prejudiced, racist people. You are the first generation that literally had the choice of not being trained as prejudiced and racist. That does not take away the stuff that they believed that they need to control me or they need to control people like me. So you think every 5 minutes or little instant that I speak this way that you gotta go retaliate because I spoke. You already brainwashed like them because you want to get mad because I spoke. Then you don't believe that your people were the ones raping and molesting people, grabbing people up and chaining them up. You really don't believe that. That just stopped. That just stopped, and they still doing it in prison. You know what I'm trying to say? Like that makes no sense to me at all. And then there's so many tap dancing African descended people doing this stuff in prison that they think we the ones that was doing it for real. They really think we was the one. These people believe that that's the way of life. They really think that's supposed to be happening. They really using their internal energy for bull crap like that. Instead of using their mind to unchain everybody, they want to use it to chain more people up. They want me to be enslaved to them. Never gonna happen. I wake up every morning knowing that you ain't stronger than me mentally. You could be living wherever you living. You definitely ain't gonna. You ain't never gonna come in. You're not around me. This is what day this is. July 21st, 2025. For anybody who want to play a spiritual warfare, make sure you let the man who seeded me know what it is. Ain't his son definitely the same. And it ain't even in there. And then that's about as strong as I'm gonna tell him. And I'm telling you straight up, I know how people like to play weirdo games. They not weak. They never was on the field. They was really on the side. And they think because they stole something or they done, they think they did. It's like I wake up every morning, there's nobody around me. That makes sense. It's nobody I don't see. Where it's like what you want me to be attending. I called the funniest thing when I called this was a super attended meeting. They got one tomorrow. I'm gonna go up there. I don't really feel like going. I gotta catch the train up that way. I don't really that energy to go up there is weird. They got there these sell out like I don't even like being up that way. That's why I don't even want my child up that way. Be honest, I don't even want. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that I be thinking like, man, it was just real. Like, but yeah, man, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. The thing about it, oh yeah, let me just tell it. Okay, when I made the Elite Youth Association, this time people know I ain't even prejudiced. I ain't even a little bit. No, I might have told this story. I don't even want to tell the story over. But it was a decision. You didn't have to help. You didn't have to claim you wanted to be a part of something. You know what I'm saying? This person that wanted to be attached so they could infiltrate what I was doing. I was like, I put you on like the summer, like I told you to do like summer camp and teach, like is the easiest way to stay active. And if you don't play go pro, easiest way, this is a real conversation I had with this person. So I was like, when he made that decision, I'm like, cool, this person actually might want to be a part of what I'm gonna be on. I ain't really tell him too much. I was already almost 10 years into it. But this person was around, I'd be happy when people accomplish things. So I'm like, cool. So when I let's make it a long story short. This person doesn't have to be associated with me in the biggest way. So when they when his whole tribe, since they not really associated with me, decide to leave me alone, like I said, because this is me first. This is me being very honest about it. I'm not saying your name. This is me saying it now for the first time ever directly to you, because you could put yourself in that whole pot of people that been hating, or you could have helped me like I showed you. You know, like, you know what I'm saying. So you now this is the cutoff mark. You and your whole tribe of weirdos, since you don't want to be regular and live your life as a parent and help me be a parent, because I'm already ahead of that in that step. You and your whole tribe in every state and country could separate yourself from my tribe, and it could be okay. That could be the first and last time you mention it. That don't have to. You don't have to be attached to me at all. This is what I'm trying to say. You have not approached me correctly. You are assaulting my intelligence since I've known you, because you assaulted my intelligence still after I told you you're a liar, and you know what I'm saying. You continue to do the snake weirdo crab ass activities, not being upfront about real life. Because what do you think? You know what I'm saying? That was my first and last time. This is how I talk to people who are directly supposed to be a part of me, of my life. You know what I'm trying to say? Who've been around me on stage, these people helped when I was younger. Who you think I'm talking to now? It don't got that serious. Who's starting the lie? I ain't hung with that many people. I ain't. Who you think I'm pointing the finger to you directly now? You supposed to be the man of the house. You got me and you on the same level supposed to be now. You have a child. You know what I'm saying? And I don't dress that many people already. So now I'm at this level. This is Elite Youth Association. My idea, my name on it, not your name, not your idea, not nothing. All you did was I need you to help me stamp my stuff so I could get to the train. We didn't even get that part. This person jumps. I'm like, bro, I ain't need you to do nothing but just be you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I didn't understand about this person. I didn't need nothing but this person to be them. Now, when they went to hating, telling people that this, calling me on some what, acting like you don't know who, what, you crazy, click, that's how energy that this person is. Like, I'm like, this person is not there all the way. So whoever they getting their information from, they gotta figure it out. They don't got the wrong info. They don't jumped in the wrong pot. This ain't never been that. Never. I don't remember it being that way. When you met me, you know what it was. So I'm like, you attack. You know what I'm saying? Like your whole plan of hate and being the new what did they do? They think they finna be Hitler. They whole tribe they on the Hitler side. They want to be Hitler. That's what they follow. That's what they are trying to study to become. So I seen that at the end, but it really didn't bother me. I'm living in America. Racism and prejudices. That's how you gotta figure out how they gonna put them in a position. You ain't gonna be in the position that I'm gonna be in overall. But you know what I'm saying? Pete, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. I don't talk about how they disrespected my grandfather's rank that he earned. Both really. I don't really mind, and the mentor that I had rank all kind of disrespectful things that'll happen just because I'm Black African descendant. The people that I helped me evolve into I was mostly African descendant. I'm not dissing no teacher that helped me behind the scenes. They still have their ways of thinking. I ain't really like get mad about it. Like I don't know how to explain these things. But like I think I don't knock everybody. Hopefully they get the message. I know they so high up they probably ain't never listened to one of my shows. But hopefully somebody give them the information. They think they don't think I'm him. I be laughing about it because like I didn't expect that. I know one of my favorite movies. I tell people all this. One of my favorite movies, Trading Places. So I understand about the money And that's why I say the only thing I'm missing is resources. But people don't threw my name, when my team, and I wasn't never expecting a handout. At worst, I was gonna expect to work for somebody that, that's the worst. You know what I'm saying? That's like me coming back home to my hometown broke. I wanted to work for them. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't lose the stuff, the knowledge I gained, the skills that I've gained, the skill that I already had when I left. None of that has lost. Like, I haven't lost none of that. So I'm only just gonna bring something back to the table in a form of teaching others, in the form of earning. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it was gonna be. Now, when I did not understand the back, I didn't pick no real side. I picked the side early. Like, my side was clear. Like, it wasn't even hard to tell. You couldn't even be. I was very honest about how I did it. I'd be like, "What's up? Did you get a phone call? Did you get a text message from me?" Exactly. That's what I be saying. It be silence. Nothing. Don't even. You know what I'm saying? They can't really, like. You ain't make an effort. Like, the ship has sailed. My only focus right now is to make sure my child is protected properly, and I still have an issue with this person not communicating properly with me. This is the biggest thing. This person is part of the snake fraud. I can't even talk half the time because this person has my child holding them hostage, and she got a whole bunch of people believing her lie, and she think that shit be crazy. But it's like I said, I'm actually happy about her developing and her being such a talented, gifted person. But me speaking on this, it's more hate, more salt. People lied to my child while I'm not around her. Like, that junk is agitating. These people have to find a new life. I really mean that. You can't be mad because I've never been small in Florida ever since I was born. You not understand. Since I was born, definitely. So, it's like hey, y'all made me speak. I really want to do this until, like, I was like married or something. I ain't even capping with you. I really been, or I had, I only wanted to talk sports with, the few people I knew, that was in this realm, like politics and community and family, and you know what I'm saying. This is me. I have to share this in a public manner because some people ain't comprehending it. Some people don't get it. So, I don't know. Now, that was basically gonna be the show today anyways. I told you I had to stop. I actually need to in the Grove. I don't know what they got going on. They told me to come this way, that way. I don't know. Hopefully I can help them young jits, man. I don't know. It's confusion. You know what I'm saying? They want to be. I ain't mad. They see how the school, what state the school in. They know what I can do if I'm there. I can be there for 3 years. That school could be a whole new school. That they don't want me really attached. They got these old haters still hanging around, and I ain't dissing nobody that I spoke with. It's just the energy around it. It's just y'all want me not to be in position. You could be in your position and still make me be in my position. I don't get it. There's nobody there. There's no energy behind success. Y'all don't want that. It's a lack of successful people in the world. Y'all want to put these people in shackles and mentally drain them and mentally deteriorate them over time. I don't get that. So, no, it's always gonna be. It should always gonna be a thing. Hopefully the good side wins. Or the strong side, the good strong side, it wins at the end. I don't feel like I haven't put my I don't feel like I didn't do that. I don't feel like I didn't. I feel like I have way more to accomplish. How y'all doing? The jits out here, it's lit. The youth. I wish I could have been in summer camp this year. It would have been lit. But yeah, sports. Let's talk some sports. Other than I don't really, politics. I'm not. When I go do my thing, okay, politics. Quick update. What's going on in politics? There's no. We have had no. What is it called? There was no executive orders recently since the 10th. Um, the big thing that's going on overall in politics is I was just looking at it earlier. Let me see. They talking about the, this is. I remember I talked about the straw man story, the Epstein story getting brought back up. So I already know if Donald Trump was personally involved in hanging with that guy, he wouldn't be actually the president. The thing people, and I'm not dissing him for that. He had his own set of team. He didn't have to hang with that person. Not saying they ain't indulge in the same type of activity. He just ain't gets caught. He ain't gets caught slipping on his pimping. Epstein basically went and hung with a bunch of very super famous people, invited them out to his island. They half of them was ambushed and surprised by what they was allowing on the island, if not half, more than half. And they just went when they got the right people over there, they basically put their name at the top of the list. So it made it bigger, and they're still talking about it. They're talking about the famous um the famous entertainers, the famous politicians that was involved. They want these people to be, he wants to blame the Democrats and la la la. That's a straw man story. The biggest thing going on right now is the war that they started with Israel and Iran. They have dissipated communicating that, which I ain't that mad. They already started it. It's already all I can say is we have to be so mindful of how the Iran people are going to attack us on United States turf. We do not know how these people are going to attack us. They already are giving an attack. I'm just praying and hoping that they don't attack people that have no idea what either side has gone through. Because when we put our hand and mouth on something that we have no real direct attachments to, not saying the people here are not attached to us, we didn't got no attachment to them. And that's a big country. It's way bigger than ours, to tell you that much. They got way more people than you think. So we have to be mindful how they're gonna attack us. It ain't gonna be a one day thing because they can't attack like we do, but they can attack food, they can attack our women, they can attack clothes, go to different countries and come in. Man, they could do something. I ain't even being funny about this. I'm looking at it because I have a child. I have children that I care about. I have young adults that want to go and travel and not be looked as targets because they're from the United States of America. So hopefully, we're not in shackles already with whoever Iran is sided with. Israel this fucking small compared to Iran. Whatever they bomb is about the same size of that country. So I'm confused. And hopefully that stuff get handled without nobody really getting injured, which I doubt. Hopefully it don't come to my family's front porch. So, that being said, we're gonna move on. Other stuff that's been talked about is yeah, the biggest thing is that stuff has to I'm mad because I got practice today, so I can't go attend. But if you're in Miami, if you could get your hands on a Stacey Abrams ticket to go to her book tour, she's gonna be in Coral Gables today in Miami. So I caught it late. I was talking about her last week. That's what her book's about, is basically how I've been feeling. But basically, yeah, how I've been feeling is, but I'm glad she's here. Hopefully, I get some clips from it. Hopefully, I can hear from, I'm not gonna search too much, but I gotta read the book. I told y'all I'm gonna read that book. I'm just happy she's out and she came to Florida, South Florida. If I had the time, if I didn't have practice at 7:30 and the event starts at 8, if I didn't have practice at 7:30, I would go. My practice is at 8:45 tonight, so I wouldn't even been able to make it. So I want people who, if you could go, there's tickets are sold out, but you never know it's at a church. They might fill all the seats. There might be people waiting. They might be selling stuff at the door. Go support her. She's a very big, important part of just the Black African descendant people that are really trying to fight for real spiritual freedom, physical freedom. She really wants people to be their own person, to speak, to be well equipped and trained to win. You know what I'm saying? She has that real high spirited mindset that we need at this time with the person that's in office. This person was this close to being governor of Georgia. I'm mad she didn't get it. I remember that she missed it by a little bit. I already know how the numbers is fudged. I don't even want to talk about what that happened that day. People that's from Georgia, all the people under the grounds, under the woods, under the branch of hate and evilness came out of everywhere. That was discussed during the election. It wasn't highlighted as much as it should have been, but there's a lot of evil and nasty people. They put a lot of people in prison in Georgia, so the numbers always tilt towards the black being the minority, they say. But it's already like millions of people in prison in Georgia, which still is the majority of black. Whatever it is, the children that's underneath, they don't go to prison. Everything will work out for Georgia in the next, the next batch of 18-year-olds that's voting. They get the right people over there. I have relatives there. I'm deeply rooted in the South and the Midwest. So, hey, on the East Coast, whatever, it's all good. When overall, not saying these little drops of European whites and hateful people that want to join them are not the problem. They are. Clearly, they start stuff and run and then say, hey, look at that black person doing this. Look at that Spanish person hanging with that black person. They're part of the problem. Mess up their whole family. You know what I'm saying? They do stuff like that. The head of the household get attacked. They think we ain't paying attention. I'm paying attention. I don't want people to just go jump down with the side that got the most, or I don't got time for that. So, that really is, hopefully we getting out of that. We're coming up out of that. And, like I said, go support her if you're in Miami for sure. Even if you just sitting outside the church with your church music on, or with your child, it would be very helpful. Be in the area, go eat dinner out there by her. Just be supportive. It'd be to support. Mention it to your ambassador group text message. So it'd be helpful. So all that stuff will be helpful, man. Sometimes people speaking properly helps heal way more than you think. So yeah, make sure that happen, man. Shout out to Stacey Abrams for coming to Florida. Period. Overall, I can't make it to Miami, but I just was in Miami the other day trying to pick up my. I don't even want to talk about that. Let me say it out here. Please make sure y'all post my ticket. What day is? You got 7 days to post my ticket. I don't want to call and act deranged about my ticket that I paid for. Please put my plane ticket send my plane ticket to my email. Thank you. That's all I'm gonna say. I tried to go pick it up. They act like it wasn't in the system. I need my money back. But anyways, that's it for politics. Basketball practice is a bit weak. We lost last week. I'm mad. I missed half the game, like I said. Shout out to the WNBA. Do you know the crazy thing about the W? I know the NBA is the same with how they have fun on the I don't know how much it's gonna change. They done got too many rules with the people who are the superstars. I don't know. It seemed like it got a little boring at All-Star weekend. But it's probably because a lot of stuff used to get out of hand and carried away. Beef star, people homeboys be outside by them. I can tell by the 90s. I grew up in the 90s, so I'm 91. So I knew that energy was different, but they cleaned it up. But the WNBA, I felt like their energy was back. The girls was outside, they was partying, they was turned up everywhere they went. The female rappers was performing everywhere. I loved seeing that. I'm not. I'm a like let's say it like this. I would never, try to be a female. That is never gonna happen for real. Like I'm like, but I have a lot of females in my family. I'm a support. I'm happy that it's winning. It's the branding, the energy behind it. I'm feeling it. I'm with you. So I want my child to be. I don't need to know if she want to perform or she want to be a part of this reporting on it and dancing or whatever the new age gonna be on. I want her to be fully involved and not be out of the loop. So I'm definitely supporting that. I got too many females, young females in my family. I don't want them to be brainwashed to not enjoying the highest realm of fun and experiencing things. So that being said, I don't have much to say. Like I said before when I started, I only expected to do 2 days. When I got that energy to do however many shows straight, y'all see I don't play. I don't really have to do nothing but 1 or 2 shows a day. I don't really people know what the message is from me. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to figure out what these people over here at Palm Beach County School Board or Broward County School Board, they've been vendetta against me and mine. Gonna have to hopefully eventually stop. I feel like it's getting a little bit better. I think. Hopefully. So I called the mayor down here in Palm Beach. She didn't return my call. I called the people, the mayor. Look, man, but I ain't never seen a mayor get switched around and switch districts in the city and all. They did all that since I called the Broward. They crooks over there. So my Palm Beach a little bit more sophisticated about their fraudness. But hopefully they clean it up, man. Cause I've been to the courthouse just cause they trying me. So I guess I gotta speak every day for them to supersede these hating ass people that was classmates with me and hating teachers or coaches or whoever think they got some kind of leverage over me in my life. Everything will be crushed at the end because I don't come from nothing weak. Everything is about developing. So once I get a strong enough woman to sit next to me, like people who already spoke to me and that's not my family, that I what do you call it? Courted. Hopefully I don't gotta, seems like them ships have sailed. And I'm not really looking forward to actually hanging with these people. I'm just saying, like, don't be smearing shit about me. You ain't even set long enough. So I don't think I have no issues. Like, hopefully things come to fruition where I have a strong woman next to my side that my mom don't have to do all the heavy lifting that she's doing by just working and by being what do you call it? A real example of how a mother's supposed to be, how high ranking the supreme queen of the throne is supposed to be. It ain't perfect and we in the United States, so it's definitely not perfect, but she definitely don't play. She definitely has respect out here. So yeah, that's it for today. This is I am your host, Ira Bush. This is Dynasty the Podcast. Tomorrow I'll probably be here a little bit earlier. So I'll see y'all then. And y'all have a great day. Enjoy your evening.